Welcome to the Scope Unmuzzled podcast, episode 11. And this time around, we have two people from the UK. They've actually already been in the podcast before, an extravaganza episode, the audio only. Probably not that many people listen to it, so we're going to do a small introduction for these two people, and then we're going to dive into some interesting topics that we have prepared. So, without further ado, let's begin the podcast. Welcome to the podcast. So this time around, we have two people from the UK. They're actually called Coopsy, the girl in black, and Bovis is the guy with the tracer outfit in blue. And as I said before, we've had these people on the podcast. So I'm going to do very quickly the introductions because some people might have not listened to it. And then afterwards, we'll go straight into the topics. So to start, let's go start with Coopsy. Can you please introduce yourself to the audience?
Guys, I'm Coopsy. I'm from the UK. Specifically, I grew up in the southwest of England. I'm almost 23. I did politics at uni, but that shit's trash. So
yeah, that worked out very well.
I plan to pivot. Yeah, the plan is to get eventually get a job in IT. Currently work in a call center just to kind of like make ends meet. But I'm going to be studying a IT course part-time to then hopefully go into cybersecurity when I'm like 25. Get a cushy job and not have to work hard anymore. Go outside. That's the plan. I also stream too.
All right. You wanna plug your Twitch or your YouTube, whatever?
They know.
It's
Look, it's Twitch. He doesn't know this man's Twitch. What do you mean?
well, a lot of people
He
might not
doesn't
know.
need to
I
say
can
a
put it in
thing.
the description, man. I can put it in the show notes.
He's kind of a big fucking deal, bro. He's kind of a big fucking deal. That's all I'm saying. And
Well, speaking of big deal, Bovis, why are you a big deal? Can you talk about
why
yourself?
am I a big deal?
Yeah, why are you
I
a big deal?
absolutely can tell you why I'm a big deal. So, I pretty much get anything that I want. I don't really require a job. I don't really require kind of like friends. Because I just have to ask someone to do something and they'll just do it for me because I just have that amount of charisma, that amount of just sort of like, just pure, just unadulterated personality that people just fucking love. No, everyone just does anything that I say. So I just, I ask guy, hey mate, give us 20 quid. Ah, no problem, mate.
The
That's
persuasion.
That's me in a nutshell.
Persuasion's off the charts.
Exactly. I'm trying to persuade the world to recycle. Recycle, kids.
Well, if you could persuade anyone, did you also persuade the people at the restaurant you were at just now before the podcast to just not pay? It's like, we are celebrities. We don't need to pay for this.
We could have run out, to be fair. We
I
could have
think
got
it would have
out.
been.
Yeah.
The door was right there. I could have just slipped out, kind of thing.
Yeah, it's a new one that opened recently. Yeah. So I kept
we
walking
just wanna
past
give
it,
them a
wanted to
bit of
go
business.
in. Yeah, and it's like I was looking at the reviews before we went today, and they were shocking. Like everyone hated it. But okay. But
And
then
you-
I didn't want to go. Like 2 stars. It was like one of the reviews I read on Google was like it was like given 2 stars because they made the waiter cry or something.
Holy shit.
Like the chefs in the kitchen were like ordering around the waitress and she
She wasn't there
cried.
this time. She was sacked. Yeah.
She wasn't there
She
this
was definitely
time.
sacked, bro.
Surprise. And like they were like, oh, they hated the food and stuff, and they didn't serve alcohol either. They kind of sell it as like as like a cool feature. The fact that like, because Sainsbury's is like a corner shop, right? It's like two doors down, and they sell it's like, yeah, well, we don't do alcohol, but if you want, you can just go to the shop and bring it in. I'm like,
Oh my God.
okay. I mean, so I
literally
think
watched
it's
the
like.
guy walk in. Yeah.
Yeah, he just walked in with a couple bottle of wine. He just bought in the fucking corner store around the corner and just brought it into the restaurant. It's so weird.
So it's like bring your own booze kind
yeah,
of deal.
Yeah, literally, and the waiter like took it
Yeah.
off him and started serving it to him like a normal bottle of
Oh,
wine. Like, what
Jesus.
the fuck is happening?
Oh my God.
I reckon like they don't have their license or something, and their way around that is just like, oh, just go Sainsbury's, go
Yeah, just
buy a
nip
bottle
to
of wine
shop,
and bring
yeah,
it
you'd
in.
be alright.
Oh, yeah, that's actually pretty smart. Couldn't they just have like
Yeah.
a guys like at the outdoors, like right outside the restaurant? Well, no, then they would still need a permit. Like sell the alcohol to them, like some kind of hobo on the street.
Maybe. I mean, if it works for him, I guess. You know, like honestly, it seemed like an efficient system. The guy that I got that behind, he seemed happy. You know, he was well chuffed. I reckon he's probably cheaper than what you get at a restaurant anyway, because you know they'll adjust the price. Quick bottle from the corner, and like, it's absolutely fine. Yeah, he was loving it.
Yeah.
I mean,
But yeah,
it's
I was pretty impressed. The food could have been better, but you know,
it was okay.
everything I
it's-
read I thought was going to be awful. But it wasn't too bad. Okay, cool. I'm gonna leave a Google review. I'm gonna like a Google reviewer.
Can they leave a positive review? Or?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna give them 4 stars. I think because
4
all of the
stars? Not
5-star
bad.
reviews on there are fake. It's
Yeah,
really
that's
obvious.
just because some random fucking guy in the review said the other reviews were from the owner. You don't know that. Could be a load of shit.
Right, mate.
True,
I
true.
read them. I read them. Okay, it's like most of them are like 1 or 2 stars, and then everyone that's like a 5-star, like either I recognize them because they serve the table, or it's just like written so badly.
But you would give them 4 stars just because of the fact that they don't serve any booze, right?
I mean,
Well, for me, I don't know. If, well, the people might not know, but I'm a bit of an alcohol enthusiast. So that
Wait, you
wouldn't
don't
really
say.
be a.
People from the UK drinking
I-
booze.
Who would have thought that, huh? It's not like it's embedded in the culture. Oh, Jesus. It's pretty
That's
bad,
what they all
honestly.
say.
but-
Yep.
Mm. Oh, I mean, that's the excuse anyway, isn't it? I mean,
Mhm.
yeah,
it's
though, like,
definitely an excuse.
it's pretty embedded in VR chat, too. I think VR chat's got a bit of a drinking problem, especially over COVID.
Oh yeah.
100%.
Well, actually, speaking of COVID, you actually fucking got right into the topic I had at hand. First
no
one,
way.
related to this. So during the pandemic, actually, there were still some besides the fact, you know, that COVID goes around and people dying and people getting infected and lockdowns and everything. Besides all that, you know, there's still some pros and cons to the pandemic, or at least in my view, there are. What are you guys' pros and
Okay.
cons about the pandemic, as in your own experience? Hopefully, you didn't
I
get
think
more
Alcohol,
alcoholic.
yeah, I mean, Jesus, that's a bit. Listen, you said some wacky topics. You jumped straight to fucking COVID, bro. I thought we could. Cause
No,
on the one that
we're
we did in
talking about
Amsterdam,
we're
we
talking about
wanted-
the benefits, well, the pros and cons of the pandemic, not COVID specifically. You know, just the whole event we went through.
Well, I mean, I'm just gonna I was because I remember on the last one we did in Amsterdam, I was excited because we tried to get on to like talking about shit, bro, and you didn't want to talk about shit. I think you weren't happy about that. I remember you didn't want.
Yeah.
I was open that along those lines of weird, bro. Weird. I was like, what the fuck? All right, okay, COVID. It's alright. Listen, it has some benefits in terms of because I used basically for my uni in first year. I guess you will get like a maintenance loan for to pay for your accommodation. So they have like a student accommodation flat. I was there for basically like two-thirds of the year, and then the last third was when COVID hit, and they were like, "Hey, if you actually move out for this last third, we'll give you the money back for that like period." I was like, "All right, fuck it, sure." So this is like $1,000, and I was like, "Okay, I'm just gonna buy a VR headset with this. Why not?" Screw it. So I bought that, and then that's just kind of what I did.
Wait. So they pay you to
Yeah.
move away from the apartment? How does that make any sense?
You pay it back. It's because it's like a loan, so it's one of the ones where you slowly pay it back like 6% once you earn like a certain wage. But yeah, they'll just give you a loan to like pay for like the rent and the maintenance of like the student flat.
And with the housing over COVID, because everyone was all obviously like panicking about it. One of the things that students were complaining about was like they put down money for rent on student places, but everyone was sent home. It was kind of like they were just wasting money. So
Right.
the unis kind of like clubbed together and then kind of paid the extra that people would have lost for renting houses that they weren't in because they were all empty because everyone went back to like family homes and stuff. So we got some of that back. I think I bought a monitor with that actually. Yeah, I got a graphics card and a monitor.
Not bad. I mean, it wasn't bad. Yeah, it wasn't a bad little deal.
Yeah, so that's a positive about the pandemic. Do you also, any other positives or negatives?
Not particularly for me. I don't know about you.
Really?
Well, probably one thing. Oh my god! Probably one thing we should mention as well is we actually had COVID last week again.
Yeah,
literally.
I've heard that as well. I've heard
Just
in my circles of
on the
people.
second wave.
Yeah, it's coming up
Yeah.
again. It's
Let's come back
it's a
around.
thing.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we don't get another pandemic though, but we'll see. We'll see.
It's fine. It'll be fine.
Or
It's
you
fine.
could get another. You could buy another monitor. Maybe. Well, not anymore.
Yeah, man.
Not anymore
not
because
for
you guys
this one.
are.
We're not the student
yeah.
one anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
For actual
No longer
adults,
students.
it's not fun.
To pay your own bills, man.
We got free monitors from work though.
Yeah, we do actually. Yeah, we both sat on free chairs that we got from work as well. So I can't complain, I suppose.
Nice. Well, what about the? How did you guys actually satisfy the social needs during the pandemic? Like, did you guys were still roommates at the time, right? When the COVID the pandemic hit.
No, this would have been before then. Yeah, I knew Joel. Joel's actual
Yeah, we
name is
definitely met at
Bovis.
that point, but
I mean, other way around. Fuck.
you'll swap
yeah,
between them randomly.
No, so I already knew Joel at the time. But this was when I was living with somebody else in like a group house share.
Mhm.
But yeah, I would generally say like over that period, it's probably like to scratch the itch is like definitely like VR chat. That's when I first got into it for sure. Yeah, yeah. I don't know about you, Joel, but yeah, I'd
I
say
mean, that was
definitely
like,
VR
I
chat.
guess that was the main thing that we did in the nights, I suppose. For like, it would just be literally just go on and we just like talk. It would normally end up with just fucking drink. That was quite bad because people always on about like COVID weight. I'm like, oh, they had like takeaways and shit. Mine was generally from just like alcohol, like beer, like cider. Because I drank like so much because I was just doing like shit in the nights because I was bored and I had nothing else to do. I was weirdly putting on so much just weight from alcohol, which is not a good thing. But it was just like, whoa, well, that was a strange one. But I mean, it was fun for a bit. It was definitely it wasn't a healthy lifestyle. I was enjoying meeting the VR chat folk. It was an interesting experience. I'd never really been in the VR community before. Like I'd watched like Pokelaw's videos, I guess. And that was about it. I was like, fuck it, I'll give it a whirl. Why not? It's perfect time, I suppose.
Yeah,
Mhm.
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, so for a lot of people, they actually learned like some bad habits. Like, yeah, I've seen some people that went way deep down into drinking because of the pandemic and they got nothing else to do.
It's like what? Yeah, 'cause what else do you do? It's like my mum was having like a glass of like bottle of wine like a night
Oh, Jesus.
over pandemic. I think she still does it now. Like she's not an alcoholic and she wasn't before. It's just like that she just picked up the habit like over COVID. 'Cause it's like what else do you do? It passes the time,
Mhm.
especially in VR too. It got to a point for me where it felt weird to play VR chat sober because it was almost like every time I was on.
Mhm.
It was on the night with the boys, having a few bevies. Why not? Why not? And then yeah, it just turned into kind of like
A habit.
not having it felt weird. Like if I still get it a little bit now. Honestly, I'm
Mhm.
like, oh my god, I'm actually like conscious. I'm in VR.
Yeah, that was what's my pint, bro?
Yeah, I can't find my drink.
Well, so for
yeah.
me, I've gotten a lot of social experience, a lot of social connections, made new friends during the COVID pandemic. But yeah, there is an interesting thing to look at, like the effects afterwards. So finally, when everything got resolved, there's no lockdowns anymore. For me, well, as like an IT person, we got working from home as like a standard now. Like that's in the industry. Everywhere you go, that is now an option. Before, you would have to negotiate with your boss or with your colleagues, and it would be kind of difficult, or people would have like trust issues. Now, even at the company I work at, we have interns that can work from home basically all day of the week, which I don't think that's a good idea. But that freedom, that was not there before the pandemic. And much like in your case, where your grandpa, your grandma, that got the habit of drinking, yeah, that's kind of like a bad consequence of the COVID pandemic. Did you guys see any other consequences that happened after the whole thing died down?
Consequences after. I mean, other than like, I guess as you mentioned, the good consequences, like working from home being standardized, it's just an easier thing anyway. It should have been done. It kind of just forced it to be done quicker. Same with like in shit in like restaurants. I'm like a scan, being able to order your food, like everything just being able like delivery stuff being so much easier. Like it made things just forcing to be a bit more efficient, which is just sort of nice. But yeah, it's definitely, I would say it's definitely overall a down, but there's some benefits. It's been alright.
I mean, it's like talking about working from home stuff as well. Like, I definitely say that's benefits that's come out of it. It's a good situation, but if you're gonna take anything away positive, it's just me and Joel we work in the same company at the same call, right? But like we can work from home if we want. Not all week, but like up to like 3 or 4 days a week we can work from home. Which, like before, I feel like in IT it's kind of like it's more normalized, but like in a call
Definitely.
center, I feel like it's basically unheard of. But it's like the fact that we can do that sometimes. So like sometimes if it's a Friday and I just want to get off work like straight away, I'll just work from home.
I do agree that this is definitely a positive because it enforced the companies to really, give working from home as an option. The only the only issue I also see as like a con, besides your grandma, is all the mental issues that people have gotten and people with like social issues because of the pandemic, that they're not able to socialize normally as they would have during like their college years. You guys feel like you've missed out on any of that, really? Or you might have, used VRChat as a way to fill the void?
No, for sure, but like not as bad as some of my other friends. So I was on a 3-year course at uni. I ended up doing 4 years because I swapped course after the first year. So most of the friends that I met to begin with finished their uni degree. Like their last main year was all through the pandemic. I just feel like it's shit. It's like, I mean, not only are you paying for it, but like, I know it's a bit cliche, but like the most important time of your life, have as much fun as you can, all this kind of stuff. But I really feel like if that was me, I would have definitely felt like I missed out. But because I ended up switching course, my last year I wasn't completely, but it was near enough. Like we were on the way back. So yeah, we're still able to experience that. Yeah, in terms of social stuff, I feel bad for the people that had their final years of uni or college or whatever, through the pandemic and like missed out on proms and graduations and stuff. I feel like it's really shit.
Yeah, I feel like there are some events at college, especially when you graduate, you have like the whole ceremony, everyone's there, your family is in the audience, and you do a little speech or something. That whole thing got thrown out the window because of COVID. Personally, I graduated college way before the pandemic hit. Although I didn't even attend the social gathering that was there because I had to still finish up some work for the internship, the last assignment we had. So we didn't really have time to go to the ceremony, even though, we didn't even know if we would pass, basically. We still had some work to do. But before the new college year started, we still, we finally finished. Everything went on time, but then I just had to go to the college and like go to the academy and like pick up my little piece of paper. Basically, it's like, oh, here you go, and they shake your hand and it's like, okay, you're graduated now. It's like, okay, cool. But if I go ask the people that actually went there to the event, it's not as glamorous as people make it out to be. Like there's, I've even heard from other students from like different schools as well that there were some teachers even like trying to roast some students that they have. It was very uncomfortable to be around. So yeah, it's not like the high school. I think maybe like in America, these kind of events are like way more exacerbated, way more grandiose than they are in Europe. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't go to it, but I did not hear positive reviews. They would leave a 2-star review as well on these kind of ceremonies if they could.
Ours was great. I had mine in the cathedral, and it was all cool.
Oh, that's cool.
I mean, I did not have a graduation, so I can't comment. So it's fine. Totally didn't fail the year. It's no worries. Whatever. It's whatever. It happens. It happens.
There's still time. There's still time, mate.
Oh, not for a proper graduation, but I'm not that bothered about that. To be fair, I never went to my like school prom because I just wasn't really that asked.
Hmm.
I think I was back then. I was too much of a gamer. I mean, when I was young, especially genuinely end of like secondary school and like going into A levels. That is what I think. That's when I hit my peak of like incel. Not incel, but like peak just not leaving the fucking house, playing games, not giving a fuck. And as I actually came into uni, that's when I was like, oh, I actually kind of enjoy going out and doing shit. It's kind of fun. I'm just like, because I'm but I mean, like I said, well, our friend Mag, we were saying the other day, we're talking to him about this stuff, and he's like, "Oh, you guys aren't really gamers anymore, are you?" And that, I don't know why that shook me to my core slightly, and I was like, "Oh fuck, I'm not."
You've
really.
matured, man. You've matured.
I was like, I didn't think I'd be like offended by that comment, but I was like, "Oh, that just made me feel strange," because I'm like, yeah, when you work in like a full-time job, you just don't have near as much time. Normally, when you get back home, I'll either want to go out and do something, or I'm like, I'll just want to eat food and go to fucking bed. So I'm just like, it's a struggle sometimes.
Yeah, it's like chill out with YouTube, innit? It's like so burnt out from the day.
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing.
I mean, I'm still a gamer.
Well, yeah, you do some streams still, Coopsy. But this is definitely like a different phase of adulthood where, yeah, these things, I had the same issue when I went to college, where before I would be playing games way more often. And then when I hit the college, I started socializing some more. We had group projects as well. So even when you are at home, behind the PC, you're working at some homework assignments together or some projects. So you don't really have time for gaming. There is still some gaming, like even during class or like, was it the courses where in like those big conference rooms? I'm not sure what they're called.
Oh, of course, some games with the boys.
Yeah, those people would still be playing games in those. Yeah, but yeah, no, I've definitely seen a uptick of like wanting to be more social, doing things outside than doing things indoors all the time. But yeah, the thing is with the job, yeah, you'll feel burned out or you have low energy when you finally get home. With college, you only work for like, I don't know, like half a day, not even, and you just dick around at the college with your friends, just sit in class, not really paying attention. Then you go home and it's like, oh, I have all this energy. I can do a lot of stuff. And then, you decide to play games, I guess. But it's like more of an adulting kind of thing. I kind of hate that term, but it's this new section of your life.
I know what you mean, because like, it's not a bad thing. It's just like it's different, and it is just something you kind of have to get used to, unless you're like a streamer or you're like a YouTuber. It kind of just is all. It kind of still does that and just sits. I mean, at the end of the day, I suppose you're still working hard and doing shit. It's just like
exactly. Yeah.
It does actually getting out, having like a routine of in these times I'm working, I'm work mode. You have to do it because otherwise you're just gonna be like homeless. You're not gonna get food. It's kind of it's got to be done. It's just. Sometimes it's not fun.
Yeah, and I think that the things we have done so far, like we going to the Amsterdam thing, going together with like a group of friends, going like on vacations together.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a very good progression because I'm not sure if you guys did that before, or maybe like smaller groups, maybe. But I feel like once you hit a certain age, it's nice to have a small community of friends that you're close with, that you can go on vacation with together. Even if you have like girlfriends and you can all go together and you have a little small community you can fall back on instead of, sitting at home all day.
Yeah, well, I mean, the combo of that is, so for people that don't know, me and Scope have met up in real life, 5 times now? 4 or 5?
Something like that, yeah.
So it's kind of like a combination of both of those things. Like, people are worried about, not getting enough socialization through pandemic, so it leads them to VR. One of the special things for me, anyway, is the fact that the relationships that I've made, so with Scope and with others, they've stuck around, and then they've transitioned into, quote unquote, normal life, I suppose. Because like it's now there's like a happy medium between both, Yeah, I mean, I'm not one of those people that wouldn't consider people that I've met online not my proper friends. I would always consider them to be, kind of regardless whether I've met them or not. But it really does kind of, I want to say make it real, but it's not quite the right phrase that I'm looking for. But it kind of, yeah, for anybody that hasn't done it and is thinking about going to meet people that they've met online. Of course, I'm not saying that it's always going to go well. In my experience,
heard that story as well.
It's gone well every time. In my experience, it's gone well every time. Like I met my girlfriend of almost 2 years through VR chat, and we've met up in real life a bunch of times. I met Scope, who I'm still very good friends with, I hope. even though I was late today. But
yeah, we'll talk about that later after fun. That's
So
fun.
yeah, that's we'll talk about it later. It's fine. It's
Yeah.
fine.
That's kind of like a debate as well, right? It's like, do you count online friends as real friends, especially if they're like, across the fucking globe? I would say it depends on the interaction you have with them. So if it's just text, like just sending messages to each other, that's not really knowing the person. I feel like you really have to at least hear their voice, like at least like a phone call or something, like a video chat and those kind of things. Did I ever do a video?
VC for sure.
Yeah, did I ever do a video chat with you guys?
Video chat.
I think I did it with some other people. From
No,
No.
you've never did it with us at least. The first time I've seen your face was when I saw you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we had to look for the car, I think, because that's the only thing we saw a picture of, because we didn't know what you looked like. But we'd seen the car because it was posted on the Discord.
Mhm.
It's like, fuck. Yeah. I think VC is important. If it's just text, I mean, I don't think any of my relationships are like that, actually.
Yeah,
But I'm quite a social guy anyway, so I'll generally, if I haven't, I'll generally just encourage people to get on VC with me, and if it doesn't work, then it's whatever, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think.
But I feel like at least having the ability to hear the other person's voice, what they talk, like if they're like very happy and energetic, like maybe like Bovis, or like they're more, mellow down.
He's very expressive.
Yeah. Or like more mellow down.
Can be,
like
can be.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
But that tells a lot
Yeah.
about the person that you don't really see through text, of course. So if you hit that level
true.
of friendship with a person, I believe that is a real friendship, because you would act similarly if you met up in real life. Well, at least I hope you do, unless you put up a persona the entire time. But I have also heard people that maybe have not spoken to each other too much, like either on VR chat or online or whatever, and they try and meet up in real life, and then it's like, oh, I don't really like this person, or they have like a weird tick or something that they get annoyed by that puts them off of like really being a friend, so they'll not meet up the next time. Like I've also heard those stories. It's kind of like set your expectations low, kind of get to know the person by the way they talk, and try like a voice call, see how that goes. Because if you cannot really have a conversation over voice, then imagine doing that in real life. That's going to be even more awkward, because you cannot just like run. It's like, oh, this is going to disconnect. Like I'm not the sorry about that. It's like, oh, I'm not going to disconnect right now and, just run from this person because I don't like them for whatever reason. It's like, you can't do that in real life.
Mm.
So set your expectations when you read people you've only met online, and just have some fun, Hopefully like people do when they are online.
I think maybe another thing to mention on that is think about where you meet them too. So I feel like, especially in conversations
In the
like
dark
this
alley.
or VR chat, I'm true. But whether it's for example,
I should have done that, man. The opportunities.
Yeah, true, dude.
Yeah, if you meet someone, let's say on Overwatch, and every time you talk to them, you're talking about the game, there is more of a risk that you might not click with them when you meet them.
Mhm.
Whereas for like VR chat, which is more of like, this
Generic.
is like very normal, except for the fact that
Yeah,
it's
talk
just
about whatever. Yeah.
VR, and it gives you a better idea of what the actual person is like, because it's not like like gaming terms, but it's like if you're talking about the game all the time, you might get on with the person while you play with the game with them. Like
Mhm.
once you're out and doing stuff like, or more normal things like outside of the game, you might discover things that you don't like. Whereas if it's an interaction like this, I feel like you'd have a lot more of, I mean, I think I do anyway. I think I'm pretty good at judge of character.
Well, you
But
bring
yeah,
up
I don't think I've ever met up IRL.
you bring up a good point, because for me, it's difficult to have a conversation with someone without having any like context. So usually if you go and meet up with someone, you're at a location, you're at a place, or something's happening, in the background as a context. Through text, there's like no context. Like, it's just a void. It's just letters on the screen. If you're in a voice chat, kind of similar, I would say, but maybe you're like watching a movie together or something over voice, or looking at an article, or playing games together can also be. Yeah, definitely look at the topics that you guys have in common and see if you could hold up a conversation without the context that you are normally in. And yeah, in case of VR chat, it's very normal because, this is the context. Like the world is the context. That's like real life. It's like, oh, we're sitting in like a boat that's like going on along the river. It's like you could have a conversation about this, being on the boat, being like seasick, throwing up. I don't fucking, you could do all these kind of things. But it's important to have the ability to talk to someone with the context that you're in. And for me, I feel like if I don't have any context, like through text, it's like, I don't fucking know what to say. It's like, I'll just start rambling about bullshit. While having a voice call, usually there's like a topic at hand or why someone has to call me. And being in VR chat or being in real life, it gives way more opportunity to open up conversation through a certain topic because of the fact that you are somewhere or something's happening or someone drops their glasses, not glasses, like their glass of beer in like the pub or something, and you can have a conversation about that.
Hey, wanker!
Exactly.
I'd be so mad.
What a fucking zoo, bruv. Yeah.
I think
I don't think I've ever actually done that before. I don't know about you. Like, drop like a full
Really?
fucking pot. No, I didn't. I definitely have actually. Never. That's a lie. That's 100% a
what
lie.
I heard. Speaking of that, right, little
Mhm.
out of context. What I heard, right?
Tangent.
My sister was in a club, and this guy was like, this guy like bumped into her by accident. So she stared him dead in the face and poured her entire drink on his head. Tried to bloody bite her. She's nuts. She does not give a fuck.
No, I definitely have, because I remember there was a time when I think I might have been out with you as well. It was in one of the clubs that's not out, and I was trying to talk to this girl, and I was like, "Oh yeah, can I get you a drink?" She was like, "Yeah, sure." I remember when I got a drink,
no.
like pulled it off the bar, and then I just immediately dropped it, and it just went
So you
all
did
over
drop
her feet,
one?
and I was like, and I was like, "Oh, let me get you another one." She's like, "It's all right," and then just I'm thinking, I remember either I
Imagine
walked
that.
away or she walked away, and I was like, "Fair enough."
Just so
I just remember
nervous to
going,
like get this girl, and then like the hands are shaking. Like, oh my god, like she's really cute, and then you just drop the drink on the floor, like just, literally on her too. Oh no.
In fact, no, it was worse after, because it wasn't I remember it wasn't that she said yeah, you can get me another drink. I remember she was like, "Oh, I'll get the next two, don't worry." And I was like, and then she just didn't talk to me for the rest of the night, and I was like, that
Oh,
was
that's
even
man.
more like,
tragic.
I was like, I don't know why that killed me in the car. Although I think I remember probably about 5 minutes later just for that. Oh well, it's kind of mine. I struggle a lot from the oh well, and then just kind of just end up doing something else. Unlucky GG good X, I guess.
A confidence builder.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly. It's experience.
Well, as long as it doesn't happen next time, then at least you're learning something. Right?
Dude, don't drop it
I can't.
again. Yeah.
Yeah.
If
Well, in
anything,
general.
I feel like as I've went on in life, I kind of drop more things, and lose more things. So to be honest, I feel like it's more likely now, but we'll see.
Mhm.
Next time I buy someone a drink.
Oh my god. Okay, note to you, Coopsy. Next time we meet up and Bovis is there, make him not get the drinks. just so you know.
Okay, I'll carry him. Yeah, sure.
Ah, carry him, yeah, brother.
What was it? We went to
Nice.
I think it was when we were in it was when we were in Amsterdam. We went to this really cool like Japanese style bar. Remember that?
Oh, that was
yeah,
a nice one, yeah.
Oh man, that was so bad. That was so weird. The story they got out. Well, you can tell the story.
Yeah, it was a bit odd. Wait, you mean the restaurant or for the drinks?
Oh.
There was two. that we went to?
Well, yeah, but I guess both.
You tell it. I'm not sure which one you mean.
Okay.
You
Well,
tell it.
from my experience, right? Yeah, we went to this little bar, which I think we were even on the way to the to bring your girlfriend to the train station, right?
Bowling or something? Or it might have been that as well. I'm not sure.
Mm,
But we were going somewhere, and we were like had a bit of
Yeah.
time to kill, and we were like, we'll just go pub. Screw it. That one looks nice, kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, we went to go look for like
Very
a
English
cocktail
take.
bar. Yeah. Well, not look
Oh.
for one. We just found. No, I think we found like a Japanese place, and you guys were like, "Oh, it's called Kampai." That's why. That was why. That was why.
There we go.
Yeah. No, it's like a little
Oh, and it
inside
looks
joke.
so cool as well.
Yeah, it's like an inside joke. Because usually when people cheers in VR chat, what I usually do, I have a little soundbite I play that says Kampai, and like cheers in Japanese is Kampai. And there's a lot of drinking going on in VR chat, not by me, but like especially these people and friends.
Wow. I feel
So-
labeled.
Yeah, we.
Hello.
I don't
Hello.
drink. What do you mean?
Did you drink at the restaurant you were at today, or well, you have to bring your own beer?
Oh, we
But-
didn't.
No, I'm
No, we
hungover.
didn't, actually.
I didn't drink because I was drinking yesterday. Otherwise, I
Ah,
absolutely
okay.
would have gone to the shop and bought something. Yeah.
Okay. Well, fair enough. No, so what happened is we saw this cocktail bar. It was called Kampai. I'm like, oh, that's fucking cool, dude. Let's go there. And it looked really, really cozy and really cool. And there's like 2 little stories, like a very small, narrow building because, Amsterdam. There's like a little downstairs area. So the top parts with the bar and such, they were a bit busy. We go downstairs. Look very nice. We go sit down on the benches and stuff. We go order some drinks. And it actually took a really long time for the drinks to get there. Like we had kind of like a plan, like, oh, we're just gonna be here for like 30 minutes, maybe 45 max, because we have to bring up, get the girlfriend to the train station because she had to be home at a certain moment or something. I don't recall, or was already pretty late and the trains would not get.
I think she had to get class the next day. That's why she had to get back, and we had it on holidays.
Right, yeah. Yeah, so we were kind of hoping to get out there pretty quickly, just go in, get some drinks, and then go out. So we ordered our drinks, and I think like 10, 15 minutes later, like the waiter comes, and then she's like, yeah, sorry, we have an issue. So there's someone that got into the cocktail bar with like another person, and this person is allergic to alcohol in a cocktail bar.
It was so stupid.
And I was like, what the why would you send them away? But it's like, I guess it's like a group. So they're like, they didn't want to send off the whole group or like just the one person.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a dick move. So they said like, yeah, so we have to disinfect everything, which is going to take a while. And then, it's going to be a bit later for your drinks to arrive. And we're like, oh, okay, hopefully it didn't take that long. I think we waited like 30 to 40 minutes or something for the drinks to arrive.
A while, yeah.
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 In order to get the drinks, and then the drinks themselves weren't even that great, I think. Well, I got like an iced tea. And
I can't remember.
Yeah. Well, if you cannot remember, then it's probably not that great. But that's the one thing that did stuck by me. It's like someone went in with an alcohol allergy to a cocktail bar in Amsterdam at night, just to fuck over the entire, the entire cocktail bar.
Peak hours too, by the way.
Yeah, exactly.
The bar was rammed. It was so busy because they like put us downstairs, like on this little like Japanese. It was a really cool table, but like because the upstairs was just
it's packed. Yeah,
but it's like, oh my.
Yeah, it's still fucking stupid. I don't know why someone would do that. It's like a troll. I feel like you could do that.
Yeah, literally.
Like with a little small group of friends, someone says like, "Oh, by the way, yeah, exactly. I am allergic to alcohol. Could you please this?" I've never heard of that actually. I'm not sure if that's real.
I've never
seen that before either. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's like it might be like a nut
What if
allergy.
they were trolling?
Yeah,
it's not real. What if they were trolling?
These people are fucking dicks. If that was the case, yeah, that's what I
maybe
remember.
Had like an ex behind the bar, so just really want to piss them off. So they're just like, oh fuck it, let's go in, do that, make them like waste their time, piss everybody off for half an hour.
Let's ruin their night.
Yeah. Well, that definitely worked.
People would have been fuming about that in the bar.
It did.
I mean, I don't know. I guess how in general how like polite. I mean, I feel like at least when we went to Netherlands wise, people were quite polite. But I'm not, at least if that was in fucking Britain, my fucking lord, they would be.
you would get hanged in the street.
People would be fucking burning the place down. Absolutely, you would have so many people with like the rest of like the half of their pint left. Go, what the fuck you mean it's going by? Just give us a fucking drink. Tell them to fuck off, man. What you on about? Listen, I've came here. I'm coming here to sit. Just basically, exactly. It happens. Like you can see. I can picture the scenario in HD, bro. It's just Britain is with a pub culture. If something gets in the way of that, it's not good. It's not looking good.
Oh yeah, you're in trouble. Yeah,
it's gonna be a pub brawl. Yeah, at that point. Well, so
their wife's in trouble there.
Yeah. So, what was your part of the story, Coopsy, you want to tell? Because this is what I remember. I'm not sure if there was anything else I'm forgetting.
So I was thinking about the Japanese restaurant we went to in Rotterdam, and then we had to rush because we make the boat.
Oh, different Japanese place. Yeah. Well, you want to tell that story?
I mean, I got to tell this other one. Oh my god, we got so many.
Yeah.
we went bowling in Amsterdam, and we must have spent like €300 on drinks, and we were like halfway through our second game.
Oh, I remember that.
Turn the fucking lane off. I was furious. Like what? So like obviously they have a closing time, right? But you'd expect. I mean, I think this is normal, right? That they let you finish the game and then leave.
That's kind of rude.
But like they literally just turned it off and were like, "Get out!" Are you fucking kidding me? I had like 3 pints left. I must have spent like 300, 400 euros altogether, not just me. And they just turned off the bowling. I'm like, what the fuck, man?
Well,
I was pissed.
Not just 3 pints left. I think there's something that got messed up with the order where you guys ordered like way too many fucking beers.
Definitely messed up.
And then
no. We did it right. They messed it up. They messed it up. I swear we
they
got
messed it up. Sure.
Oh,
I'm not sure who paid for that actually.
I think it was because the table like next to us, they also ordered a bunch of pints, and then they all got put in the one, and it just got messed up, and they were like, they had no clue what was going on, and it was
just such a UK take as well. I thought it was really funny that they had the little tiny UK take. I thought it was funny that they had like tiny little glasses for beer. A baby. Because I was like, where's my pint, man? I need my, what is that, 0.5 litre. That's another thing I was shocked about, which shows how fucking alcoholic we are, I guess, in terms of country. I was just like, why is half, so 0.3 is like, why is half pints the norm? Like, what are you doing? Like, where's, when I ask for a drink, I expect a pint. What am I supposed to do? I'm going to buy double. So,
well, maybe next time we should go to Germany. You know, I think they serve like bigger beers there.
Oh, I'd like that, to be fair. Germany would be lovely.
What's the, is it Oktoberfest? Is that what it is?
When is that?
I think that
it might be in October.
Probably be in October, mate.
I don't know, man. It might be in the name,
mate.
Well, I don't know if October means something different in German. I don't know. Maybe it means May.
Yeah, maybe.
Never been.
Exactly. So I can't say for 100%.
Really?
No, I've been to Germany. I've just not been to Oktoberfest, you know, because that's not kind of the event that I would seek out.
That would make sense. Yes, that doesn't seem like a scoped out event to be fair. No. Oh, you come with us, you'll be all right. We can get the big steins, but just fill it with iced tea.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Do you think they?
No, I'd like to do that. We should do that.
I think they serve alcohol-free beer. Just gonna try that shit again. It's like,
Oktoberfest.
Honestly, maybe.
Maybe people have to drive, so probably. Yeah. I would.
You had one in the Heineken Museum, didn't you? An alcohol-free.
Yeah, it was just as terrible as I remembered. It's like, this is why I don't drink beer. I don't like the taste of it at all. This doesn't have alcohol, so it should be fine. But it's like, I know I'd rather have something else. Basically, that's my thought process.
I think I got your other token as well, because like at the end of the museum, right?
Like
you go around the
beers,
factory,
right?
they show you how to make the beer and stuff, and they give you like little tokens, so you can get a few free beers at the end of the experience. They got like a bar downstairs. So yeah, I was just like, oh, Scope, can I have your token, please?
Mm-hmm.
I just got another pint.
So you got 2 even.
Good experience. If you're in Amsterdam, do it. But yeah, they turn you into a beer. So if you're in the area.
Fucking spoilers. Spoilers. No,
man. That was the fuck. I reckon that was the worst, but that was not well done.
Yeah.
That was cool. What do you mean?
It was unexpected, to be honest.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting it, but I feel like it could have been a bit better. It was just like projections on the wall. That it was like, it was all right.
Well,
I enjoyed it as a whole.
If you're used to this, VR chat, then it's like, oh, this is underwhelming. Like, I've seen way better stuff in here than those kind of projections. Yeah, but I do have to say that it was very unexpected, because the fact that when we got in the first like little gates with like a small, sizable group of people, they just present like, oh, this is where it started and blah blah blah, and this is whatever. You see the first bottle that they made, and like how it goes overseas and all these things. And then you go to like an actual museum area. And it's like, I was expecting like, okay, this is going to be it. Like this is the tour. This is just going to be it. There's going to be a bunch of stuff there. And they're going to have a bunch of things on display. That's it. No, actually, you have the little sections. So there's like groups per X amount of people you go in. And then there's like it's called an experience for a reason. It's because, yeah, like you said, there's like a projection thing where you're all standing in a room and it looks like you're being shipped off into in a glass or something. Luckily, there was no vor involved. I could definitely see that happening.
Yeah,
but yeah, it had a bunch of different experience I was not expecting at all for that. So it is definitely worth a try. Would you still go and pay money to go to the rooftop though?
No.
In summer, I think I might, but not.
It's a bit
not
cold.
Like when we went, because it was just cold.
Yeah,
it was just freezing. It was just we were just sat up there. There's not. It was only outside. So it was just you just had to tank the cold. So probably not, definitely not in winter, but maybe summer would be nice. I mean, the view was like okay.
Mm-hmm.
I feel it's probably better view somewhere, but it was all right. The view, I didn't mind it.
Yeah,
I want it to be warm.
Yeah, that's kind of thing. I was kind of surprised that many people were still up there. Although the bar area where we entered with the elevator, that was like completely empty because everyone's standing outside, even though it was cold. But yeah, that's of course that's why you go to a rooftop, to look at the view, not to look inside. So I actually have a topic that's related to what we talked about before, which is kind of like an imagine topic. Can you imagine that during your lockdown, when we had COVID, that there would be no internet? What if like the internet lines got somehow, like some person that's working at the maintenance of like the internet lines got sick, he got COVID, and then no one could repair because he was the only one that had the codes or something. I don't know. Imagine like modern day and you didn't have the internet. What the fuck would you do during your day? Because you cannot go outside. It's locked down. All the stores are closed. You have to keep distance. But you can't go on the internet. What would you do?
Probably pick up one of like the old man hobbies. I'll probably just do gardening with my dad. Like the whole year.
Yeah, that'd be nice,
honest.
wouldn't it? Bit of gardening, maybe just
I
do
don't know what else.
cooking.
Some fishing?
What, in the garden? I mean, if we
No,
can't leave the
not in
house,
the Well, no, you could still go to like a
we've
pond,
got a little
right?
pond, I suppose.
Or like a...
Sorry, no, yeah, sorry. I'll go out and take my boat, shall I? Go fucking fishing, yeah.
Oh, I love a good camp as well. Love camping.
Go out in the yachts, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I'll just go. I'll take the second one. The first one's not very good for fishing, you know.
Let's take the yachts out, you know, and we.
Ah, yes.
Bloody
Literal
money.
old man hobbies because you need a boat.
Yeah, I'd love one though. I don't really give a fuck about like super yachts, but like a little boat I can take out. Just like, it's funny. We're talking about socializing. We're like, just have a little space just to like get away for a bit, you know. Years ago, I saw this video with this Australian guy. He takes his dog on the boat with him and he just like, sails around. I was like, that's really cool. I want it. Ever since I've wanted a boat.
You mean like those small boats you can put on like a trailer, like a little engine in the back that you can like save like 2-3 people on, like a rowboat kind of thing?
A bit bigger, kind of like a fishing trawler, but not for fish.
Oh, okay.
But like it's electric and it like moves and shit. But like I'd also like to do like sailing too, like proper old school. Be fun. I grew up by the sea, but I never looked into boat stuff, partly because of fucking sailing's a gatekeep rich man hobby. So I just never got into it.
It's not really though.
I can't do that. Well, in the area where I grew up, it was. That was a bit of a shame, but still time if I move back to the ocean. Definitely something that I'd like to do. So yeah, more outdoorsy hobbies, I think, for sure. I mean, if it went down even like now, I'd be like, man, you do. I don't know, man. It'd be really bad as well because I wouldn't be able to talk to Kat too. Kat's my girlfriend as well. Yeah, what about you, Joel? What do you think you get up to?
On a boat? What do you mean? Well, we had like, didn't we have like 3 weeks or like 2 weeks when it was over? Like, I think it was the second lockdown when the Wi-Fi went down in our old house when we would. I think.
Oh yeah, we did. Actually,
I don't know if you had.
So
I think you were moved in at that point.
Yeah, because you forgot to refresh the bills. I remember this. Because
I fucked up setting the time and like telling the internet. Yeah, the electric company
buy like mobile data. I think it was almost a month. You know, I had to buy like 100 gig or something. Fucking
yeah, it was a while.
Hotspotting my PC because it was hotspotting my PC and drinking. How else you pass the time? I don't.
It was that, and I think we played like a bunch of single player games. I was going to say, so like I watched my friend play through Elden Ring and Dark Souls, and that was sick. In fact, it would have been Dark Souls at the time.
Oh yeah, it was Dark Souls meta. Yeah.
Well, you actually bring up a good point, Coopsy, because I remember when I first moved into this apartment, which is like 2018, I had to also get the bills for like utilities, right? So gas, water, electricity, internet. And I think internet was even like one of the first couple things, like even before electricity. It's like that shit's going to stay regardless. Like you don't even have to really figure that out the first week because they'll not cut you off from the electricity line or water line or anything. They'll just bill you the second the person will get a contract, basically, and they'll measure it in between. So those kind of things you don't really have to hurry up that much. Things like internet, you kind of do though, because you kind of want to have internet when you're at the apartment. For me, I think I had to wait. So this was in August that I had to move in, right? And I called the lady from there was like two internet service providers. And then one was like the cheap one. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to get the cheap one for now. Maybe get something more expensive later. I just wanted to have internet fast. So I called one and they're like, yeah, it's actually very busy. We'll have to wait for like 2 months for a mechanic to show up. And like
months.
2 months? It's like, hello, I can do, I work in IT. I can do this shit myself. Can I not do? No, you cannot. You're not allowed. It's like, okay, fuck. Okay. So like, whatever, I'm just going to hang up. No, so I called the other ISP, the more expensive one. I got them on the phone. I was like, okay, how long is it going to take to get internet? And they're like, yeah, it's also going to take like 2 months or like until like end of the year, like Christmas or something. Like very, very late. And they're like, yeah, we're really busy and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, it's like, I work in IT. It's like, can I like get the modem myself and connect it myself to the configurations or whatever? And they're like, no, we can do that. It needs to be the technical person from our company, blah, blah, blah. And then the lady was like feeling like bad for my situation. Because she's like, yeah, okay, this guy really kind of needs in there. You know what? I'm going to look into the system. Please be on hold. I'll go check. And I got on hold for like 5 minutes, right? A little music plays. And then she got back on the phone. It's like, oh, okay, thank you for waiting. Yeah, so we found a spot that is a bit earlier, actually, in like a week or something. I'm like, oh, that's fucking way better. It's like, yes. Could you do that? And it's like, okay, yeah, but I need to check and blah, blah, blah. Could you please be on hold some more? It's like, okay, sure, whatever. Like,
Classic.
Yeah. So I got put on hold again. Another like 5 minutes go by, 10 minutes. And then she comes back. It's like, okay, I got it figured out. We can get it working. So like next week, there's going to come a guy and then he's going to install the internet and then you will be, all said and done. And I'm like, okay, thank you. Oh, shit. Thank you for helping me out. So she was actually able to cut like in front of the queue, probably because some guy already canceled or something. I don't fucking know. I was very grateful for that. I still had like a week. I think it was like a week or two. I don't quite remember that I didn't have any internet. So what I did in the meantime is I was like, I want to listen to some music, but a lot of this is like streaming or whatever, like local music. I want to do something different. So I actually bought a small dumb phone because I needed a dumb phone to also sign up for utilities because you need a Belgium phone number to make an account.
It needs to be a valid thing.
So stupid. It's fucking dumb. So I bought like the cheapest fucking Nokia that I could, which is actually surprising. It was like 12 euros. It came with like headphones, like little earbuds, the phone itself, a charger. The phone itself had like a flashlight and had even like a radio built in. And like an aux jack. I'm like, oh, that's cool. That's very nice. I actually used that phone as like a radio receiver for music. So when I got home, I just plugged in the phone to my stereo, to the aux jack, and I put radio on the speakers. And like that's the way to have music instead of just local music or if there's no streaming. And for very crucial things, I did do hotspotting as well, but I didn't have that much data. And you can't like extend your data for like unlimited immediately. That will go in next month. So that was not really an option.
Yeah.
So I only used it for like crucial stuff and just doing like basic web browsing and chatting, basically. No videos or anything. So yeah, that basically got me through the week or two for without any internet. Even though if I would go to my job or my parents, I would have internet, but at home I wouldn't. So kind of shitty situation. But I guess you guys
this
have
guy,
experience
when
with
we
it.
moved in, Yeah, literally, when we moved into this house, it took like 2 weeks for the internet to get set up as well. And at the time, he was like briefly like he was traveling like back and forth from his sisters, who lived like like a train, basically like a train away. It was what, like, half an hour, 45 minutes on the train. So he would go there instead, because that had internet, and it was like, I think he had like a room free because the sister wasn't there at the time. And he would just literally like, I'll be there in the house by my fucking self. Like literally, I played a game or I figured something out because we literally just moved in. I was like, I want to stay in the house we've just moved in. So I'm staying there. This guy literally goes away in the evenings. Is barely there because he's like, no, I'm grinding League. You were like, no, I just want to play League, so I'm staying here tonight. And I was like, are you serious? There was a good few days where you're like, I'm staying at League.
Right, okay, so context, right? Context. I wasn't going just for internet. I had been living there for an entire month beforehand. So my sister was away. No, with internet because it was my sister's place.
Okay.
But basically, so me and Joel were looking for another place, and in the meantime, because basically where I'm currently living and where I grew up, it's like 5 hours away, and I knew I wanted to stay here. So in the time that it would take me to go from finishing uni to then finding like a proper house, like where you sign on as like an actual full-time person, they don't use a student kind of stuff. It took a while for us to find a place. So in the interim, I lived in Leeds for about a month. And the Just Eat guy stole my food. That's my most memorable memory. I've never used Just Eat since, and it's never happened to me. We're in the city we currently live in, but in Leeds, my food was stolen, and I've never seen Leeds the same way again. And I've never used Just Eat ever again. I now only deliver. That's just what I'm like.
You only use what?
There's two different So I don't know why, in Belgium, it's called takeaway.com, but here it's called Just Eat, and they're the same thing.
Yeah, it's always the same logo.
So basically, that's what I used. I had my food stolen, so I switched to Deliveroo, which is a delivery service. Is that UK only?
No.
It might be, actually, I wonder.
No, I've heard of that
Oh,
before.
no? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, switch to that. Stole my food. So, when we moved in, I think I had most of my stuff still in Leeds for the first few weeks that me and Joel were living in our new house. So I would just go back at weekend. Because we hadn't started the job yet, so I'd just go back and live at my sister's still. Which I don't think is too bad. It's not like I was leaving every night. Oh my god, Joel, are you going to be okay in the house by yourself? Be like 5? Come on now.
Well, that does remind me.
Scary, man. It's a new empty house gone.
Yeah. No, I had a similar experience where when I moved into here, it's like I got the keys from like the agency or whatever. It's like, oh, here's the keys. Shook the hands. Like, okay, have a nice day. If you have any questions, like you can go find us. We're in the same street, so we'll see you later. It's like, okay, cool. And he closes the door, and then it's like, cool, I have an apartment. There's nothing here. What the fuck do I do? Yeah. It's like I brought my bag with like my laptop and shit. And it's like I cannot sit anywhere. Like there's no chairs. It's like, I'm not gonna sit on the ground. There's no internet. It's like what the fuck am I gonna do? It's like cool. I got this apartment. The only thing is I can't do anything here. So I would still go back to my parents, sleep there until we moved all the stuff, or most of the stuff at least. Basically until I got like a bed and like my PC set up. And then I was set. And I was like, okay, cool. Now I'm no longer going to live at my parents. I'm just going to sleep here as well. And especially like the first couple nights, it's very weird because it kind of feels like sleeping at like a hotel, at least for me, when you're like at a new place. You kind of have to used to it.
Really?
And yeah, it's a bit scary because if the ghosts come out.
I love sleeping at a hotel. Like, I don't know what it is about hotels, but I think it's because they actually take care of the beds. I love it. I think it's great.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're saying that you don't. Is that the point of that?
I mean, a little bit. I'll wash the sheets every couple of weeks or so, maybe every 3 weeks. Like,
that's a complete lie, dude.
That's not a lie. That is not a lie. No.
The biggest lie
I would say no. Like every 3 weeks, I'll wash the sheets, no cap, because now I'm like, now that I've fixed.
Not true.
It is true. Yes, it is. Gareth, that's already way more than you, brother. Okay, so I was just get off your fucking high horse.
I'm no better, mate. I wash them like every few months. Can't be asked.
You've got to do it at least once a month.
Yeah,
you're sweating when you're asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I shower every morning, so it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. You still sweat and you sleep onto your
Yeah, but by the time I go to bed, I'm like dirty anyway. But I always wake up and
Also,
wash.
I don't understand what the argument here is. What the point is?
The argument is I can't be bothered, so I don't care.
He doesn't care. Yeah, basically.
Yeah, I'll tidy it. I'll make it look nice.
Mhm,
I
good.
just can't be asked. It's an ordeal.
Child.
And also, for the point as well, if I'm trying to like do anything on my computer, the washing machine is right next to my desk. So if I put anything on to wash, I just can't hear anything. Like on my PC. So there's another reason why. That's actually practical and not me just being lazy.
Yeah.
Can't you move it to like a different location? The washing machine.
No, it's plumbed in.
So you're prioritizing, doing something on your computer, probably playing fucking League, over having dirty, disgusting sheets. Like, what do you mean? Is that what you're saying?
Okay, I've seen you, right? And they're not as fine. Okay.
Wait, actually.
Yes, they fucking are.
Speaking of laundry, I got a question for you guys because I've asked some people and I'm astonished with the way that people think. How long does it take? So just have like a normal wash, right? So you have your t-shirts, your jeans, your socks, underwear, whatever. You put that in, fill it up. You put the program in and you hit start. How long does your washing machine take for it to be ready, to unload?
Like 2 hours?
Depends, because ours does drying as well. Are we just washing or not?
Well, do you have a separate dryer? I'm just talking about the washing machine.
No, it's all in one. It's all in one, yeah.
Oh, it's a combo.
The quickest one is called like Express Wash and Dry. We have an option on there. That's like, I think that's like an hour and a half.
That's an hour, yeah. It's like half an hour wash.
For like the proper washers, it's closer to like 2 hours, 2.5.
Yeah, okay, so I'm talking about just the wash cycle in this case, so not a dry cycle.
Yeah, probably
that's
probably close to 3 actually. I think it's probably close to 3.
No, I think
just a wash is 3 hours.
It's quite long. Yeah, it takes
probably.
a while.
Yeah.
What? No. My God, no. If you have a modern machine, it's not supposed to take fucking 3 hours to wash your laundry. Like for me, I have like a recent machine when I moved in, right? So 2018, whatever. There's a program called like Turbo Wash on mine. So I have LG, just to context. It's the most efficient program. You can just fill up your entire thing. You put in the detergent. It's 1 hour, maybe like 1 hour and 10 minutes max. 1 hour, it even weighs the clothing. That's how long it should take. I do not believe that there are washing machines nowadays that take fucking 3 hours or something to just do a simple wash. That makes no sense to me.
I just push the buttons, man. I don't know.
Yeah, we just.
Did you not think?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you, the specifics.
Did you not think like, what the fuck is this gonna take 3 hours? Like, what the fuck, man?
I just accept it. To be honest.
It's like, how else am I gonna wash it? You kind of just okay. It takes a long time. That's kind of unfortunate.
Stick it on
it's not like my day's over.
Exactly. Yeah. It's just like I'm not staring at it. I'd be like, oh my god, when's it gonna be done? I'm like, when it's done, it's done. I'm not bothered.
I mean, I get maybe power. I suppose it's less efficient to have it running for longer.
Also,
but, we have unlimited bills, so who cares?
Bro, start mining bitcoins and everything with your washing machine. I don't care.
Just the washing machine. Oh my god, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. A washing machine miner.
That'd be sick, to be fair.
I saw a video from Linus the other day. Actually, it's one of his old ones, but like basically he bought like a new house, like looking for like creative ways to heat his garage, and he's doing it with a fucking mining PC. I thought it was brilliant.
Oh, nice.
Rather than like going to the whole effort of like doing everything, he's just got a fucking mining PC in there to heat it up. Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
that's it. That's the story.
Right. Well, basically, my point is, if you have a washing machine, please look at like the washing cycles that you have, and see if there's not one that's just normal wash that is shorter. Because there are some programs on my washing machine as well that's gonna take really fucking long. I'm like, why the fuck should it take like 3 hours to clean this shit? But if you go to like a laundromat, or like in the, go to like a gas station, they sometimes have those things. Those also don't take 3 fucking hours.
Yeah.
It's like, they're still clean. Like,
because they're like
things are
big
still
industrial ones, you know?
Yeah,
I mean, the longer
ones
ones are like the delicate ones. So like your cottons and that, you got to do it slower, warmer. You don't want to damage it. It takes a little bit
colder
longer.
too. You can't have it too hot, otherwise it will shrink your clothes.
Shrink, yeah. No, it's just that's advice for like the people listening. It's like, please look at like your washing machine manual. It's like you might be washing in like a very inefficient program, or just wasting time if you actually are washing things on like a schedule. Or at least for me, actually,
I'm going to be honest very quickly. Full disclosure, I wasn't sure how long this was going to take, and I'm kind of double booked. And now people have been like, I've organized something. Well, I've now organized something. Well, there's now like 4 people sat and being like, "Where are you?" I'm like, "Oh fuck it."
This is like your washing machine cycle. If you would have fucking set a shorter program, it would have been done already.
Yeah, true.
I didn't realize we've been on for 2 hours, Joel. I didn't know that.
No,
it's because they were going a bit. I don't know. I think. Well, we kind of got.
We kind of dicked around in the beginning.
Supposed to get? A little bit.
It was fun, though. What do you mean? We had some great menu choices.
Yeah, it's we should have started as like 7 your guys' time, right? 8 my time, 8 p.m.
No, we absolutely should have, but this one fucking fell asleep on the sofa, and had a nap for like 2 hours.
Wow, throwing him under the bus. My God.
I am, yeah. And then we went to the restaurant, and they took a little bit while, take the orders. They were a bit like,
okay.
It's not nice place, but they're a bit slow.
Okay, well, that's fine because we already have, I believe, enough footage for an episode. So yeah, if you guys need to hurry up for something, that's fine. So I think I have a little.
I'm not
nice
going.
Close up.
Oh, this is Joel. What's going?
I was going to say, you're welcome to continue. I could sneak off. I was going to say, I don't know what the etiquette.
No, that's going to be way too fucking weird. No, I can talk with Coopsy like off the podcast. It's fine. Like we have enough footage. This is an hour and something, so should be fine. So if you guys want to wrap up, then that's good. I think we had some interesting, weird conversations. The camera kiss? Yeah, well, you can.
Promise the camera. Oh my God!
Kiss the camera. Oh fuck.
Mwah, mwah.
For the audio,
I'm just gonna, appreciate the homies out there. Anyone. If anyone, I mean, we've got a little fucking like VR chat community. If anyone watching this that doesn't know me, I'm sorry for whatever the fuck you've had experience during this.
So.
Who knows? I'm Bovis. You've been fantastic. That's a bit of a Nowsy reference there. I don't know if you know Yogscast Nowsy. Absolute fucking classic back in the day, bro. That was his outro line. Absolutely loved it. Banger YouTube. One of the classic Minecraft ones, bro. You used to do Binding of Isaac as well. Oh, Viscera cleanup detail. Beautiful time. Anyway, I'm off topic. I don't remember what I was saying, to be honest.
Your closing words, basically.
My closing words? Yeah. My closing words are to wash all your plastics before you recycle. Make sure they're fully washed.
Wash your bed sheets at least once a month.
Yeah.
Wash your bed sheets at least once a month.
Wash them, please.
Also goes for you, Coopsy.
Always contact your local council. See what they can and can't take for recycling. Get yourself out there, plant some trees. Try not to eat as much meat. It's bad for you, bad for the environment. I love you.
Okay.
That's my closing line.
Jesus Christ! Wow, that was a loaded fucking closing words.
Yeah, man.
Okay, Coopsy, you can top this, right? So let's go. I don't think you have that energy. It's fine. Okay.
See you later, guys. You've been lovely. I don't know. Yeah. Wash your sheets. Also, do yourself a favor as well. One of the best things you can invest in: the nice mattress and proper pillows.
Okay.
Sleep for a third of your life.
Thank God. I thought you were gonna say like invest in like crypto or like Bitcoin or something. So.
Yeah.
No. Whatever. It's whatever.
You can actually invest in my coin, Coopsy coin, and mine it today at Coopsy coin.
You can mine it with your washing machine. You can heat your garage with it.
We've released
very
a new,
efficient. Yeah. It's called the heater coin.
If you can borrow, a couple $100,000 from your parents, if they've got that kind of money, fair enough. Go invest in some crypto. Do whatever the fuck you want. But most people, maybe not. Might not be the best idea.
Yeah, save up.
It's like irresponsible financial advice.
Yeah, we are not financial advisors, so financial advisors.
Buy everything you want, not what you need. Buy everything you want before buying everything that you need.
Yeah, right. Anywho, I think those are good closing words.
It absolutely should be the other way around.
Yeah, it should be. That's the joke. Yes, anyway. So I would like to thank the audience for listening and sticking around and watching if you're watching the podcast. No, don't fucking
Thanks,
clap it. No, we're not
guys.
Americans. Actually, the Americans didn't clap us. Fucking hell, man. The UK people stepping up. Anywho, thank you guys for watching and sticking around. These people are the closing words. So mine are just, well, thank you. Basically, we'll see you in the next episode in 2 weeks, as always. Until then, peace out.
Well, you've opened the fucking door now, bruv. It's freezing.
Oh, it's a bit cold, isn't it?
You're letting a draft
You're
in.
letting the heating out, mate.
Bloody hell,
Oh my God.
man.
Okay.
Bells.
Okay. So 2 guys from the UK.
Yeah, bruv.
Oh,
two
Two
lads.
Lads from the UK.
Two fucking
2 lads from the
yeah.
UK.
Yeah,
Got a good old goofy time. I don't know.
Oh,
There you go. And here they are.
I think that should be the intro.
Oh, you could. No, that's gonna be in the after credits again. Oh Jesus. People from the UK. What have I gotten myself into? Anywho.
Hey!
Oi, oi.
Wait,
I was asking myself last night that when I was with your mum. Hey!
Hey.